and welcome to this amazing video wherein we will be checking out the, yes, as you must have guessed it right, the ChatGPT API. We are going to explore the ChatGPT API, and it's just amazing that ChatGPT has OpenAI has introduced the ChatGPT and the Whisper APIs. So to get started with, what we need to do is we need to start or open an account. If you have already opened an account, if you already have the account, so I feel that you must not be having sufficient credits by OpenAI. So this is the page introducing ChatGPT and Whisper APIs. So now developers can now integrate ChatGPT and Whisper models into their apps and products through our API. So this is just a basic workaround and a basic some text, some page to get started with. And so this is not just text, like not just chat, and it's the speech to text capabilities also, like through a series of system optimizations. They have achieved 90% cost reduction for ChatGPT since December. So they have also introduced a model for pay as you go service, which I've already enrolled for, and I'll be showing it to you in a bit. But so that's my account here. Just go here and manage account. So in the manage account section, you can go to the billing part, and you can so that's my usage currently. You can set the in the billing, you can have this as a paid account, and the payment methods you can add mm, your billing details, your card details, everything, and in the payment methods, and then you can set a usage limit. So here I have set a hard limit for current usage is 0.02. I have set a hard limit for $1, and soft limit you can set it and as much as you want, and then you can have like $120 is too much. Actually, trust me, it's like even $1 is too much. Like I have started this since a day, and I have just reached after so many requests, I have reached a 0.02 cents. Like that's negligible. So uh, we are going to explore the two APIs. One is the chat API, and the other one is the transcribe API, that is the audio one. So let's just first get into the APIs, and I'll also walk you through the Postman, how to get about, and how to generate an API key. So I already have one. And these are the endpoints which we need actually. So this is the chat completion one, and you can it can also give you Python, Node.js, and curl. So if you have a curl, if you select the curl one, so what you need to do is copy here and then open your Postman. I've already generated, and I have already used the API. So where you need to go is like okay, I haven't done for the chat. I'll just you can just do it now. So instead of opening a new request, what we need to do is we need to import, and then go to raw text and just paste the paste the curl, whatever you copied from there here, and then you can just continue, import, and it will import all the necessary details. And here in the authorization section, it is already having like inherit from the parent auth, so you can just select the bearer token, and my bearer token gets selected. And for the authorization, you can keep this as it is, like it already has the bearer token. And here in the messages section, now this is the chat completion or the chatbot level API which we have. So it's the ChatGPT API. So whatever you send, or whatever question or content you ask for, it replies to that content. So let's just say, how can I stay fit? Or else let's say, give me a workout routine for 5 days, 5 days a week, 5 days a week for 30 days. 30 days. And so that's the content we are asking for basically. And this is the endpoint which we are using now, and this model is being used currently. That's the beta one, GPT 3.5 Turbo. That's the beta version currently we are using. And let's just fire up this and send the request. So once you send the request, it takes a while, and it prepares all the chat. It prepares all the references. Like, see, so it is giving you some or the other API, like some of the other final output. Now see, it says that as an AI language model, I don't have personal preferences, goals, and accesses to the prior fitness level or condition. Now it cannot make a tailor this thing for you, workout routine, but it tried and it gives you a output wherein you have a day one upper body strength training warm up for 10 minutes with jumping jacks and everything. Like it gives you for 30 days, like so day one, day two, day three, and so on, right? And yeah, so if I go ahead and ask, okay, so I'll just go ahead and ask about what is BAPS organization? So that's organization where we represent, that is Pocha Srinivasi Sri Akshar Purushottam Swaminarayan Sanstha, and let's just see what it has to say, what ChatGPT has to say about it. Yeah, so it says BAPS, that is Pocha Srinivasi Sri Akshar Purushottam Sanstha, is a Hindu religious organization, and its roots has its roots in the Swaminarayan Sampradaya, a section within the Hinduism, and founded in the late 18th centuries and in 1907 by Shastriji Maharaj, a spiritual leader and disciple of Swaminarayan. So yeah, it's giving me a perfect output for what I was looking for, and it works fine. It works fine for now, and we've tested. So this is like the beta version. So any shortcomings or anything which we find, we can always show it or tell. Okay, so now we can. So this is about the API wherein we use Postman to get the findings, and what we can do is use Postman itself and just go here and search for a Python code here, Python requests, and you can just copy this code. Okay, and let's just say we can create a file here that would say chat.py, and let's just paste the code here in the VS Code. Now we'll get the response here as we'll get the response here. Now this is already there. Now let's search for who is Pramukh Swami Maharaj. Who is Pramukh Swami Maharaj? Okay, and question mark. Let's just save this and give it a try, give it a run. So we know that we'll get the response in response dot like this is a response dot text, and printing the response dot text. So basically that's a JSON format. So that's the ID, and then the chat completion, and then the message. After that we have a message. Pramukh Swami Maharaj was the spiritual head of Pocha Srinivasi Sri Akshar Purushottam Swaminarayan Sanstha, Hindu organization. He was its fifth spiritual guru and led the organization from 1971 until that 2016. He was known as for his humanitarian work. So that is about Pramukh Swami Maharaj. That is about Bapa, and so that's the cool feature. Like if you're using Postman, so what you get is after you use the API, you can directly get the code from there. So that is what we're going to do right now. Okay, so now after the chat API, so this is a very cool thing which OpenAI has come up with. There's one more cool feature which OpenAI has come up with. That's the transcribed one. So this is just amazing. Trust me. So what we need to do here is we have the same thing. Everything is the same, but in the body section, what we'll have to do is we will just select some file here, and we'll pass that file. That's the audio file which I have just given it here for testing, and just what we can do is, what I can do is I can just play that file once for you, so you get an idea about what that file is.
Hello, this is Meet Jetwa from Learn, Apply and Build, and this is an audio for testing the OpenAI Whisper API. And we want to get this transcribed into whatever text we want. And it's 2nd of March, 10:42 p.m. It's a Thursday. Thank you.
So that's the audio. If possible you were able to hear it, then it's cool, it's fine. And now what we would do is that we will use this, and we will transcribe the final output here. So the same thing we have to do is just go ahead and import here from the audio section, just here. And so here in the Whisper API, where it gets started with, I'll just show you guys. So where is the yeah, this one. So here you can just go ahead and copy and paste this, copy and paste it here, and then just go into the Postman and import the new file. I've already done that, but just showing you guys. So just copy and paste it here. Once this is done, it will already change itself. It will already change and will transform into this section, into this API endpoint. Now we've already passed this, and let's just hit the API now. So once you hit the API, what happens is that whole audio gets transcribed, that gets converted into a very fine text. Okay, so there were some words like let's say my name and surname, but it exactly got all the audio, all the words. Basically, some name, the nouns were like not properly pronounced or whatever, but exactly each and everything. Like, see, OpenAI API, Whisper API is there, and we want to get transcribed, or we want to get this transcribed into whatever text we want, and it's 2nd of March. Whatever we said is transcribed. So, and there is one more cool feature here, like you can translate also. You can translate this as well into another language. Okay, so that's there. If you can see. Fine tunes, chat, edits, embeddings, audio. So there is create translation as well. So one is for the audio, you can create a transcription, and for the another one, you can create a translation. So that's a transcription one. Let's just try with the translation one if possible. So for the translation one, we'll have to have the other language basically. So what we can do is we can select this, and so if some other language is, if other language is getting this, it translates into English. I'm not sure if it translates in from English to other languages, response formats. So we'll have to go through this and see. So okay, an optional text to guide the model style or continue a previous audio segment. The prompt should be in English. The prompt should be in English. Okay. So the prompt should be in English. It says, okay, prompting. So that's so you can go ahead and explore this part as well. So we have already done or touched base on this, and then as I said, we can go ahead and we can get the code. So that's the code in Python, which is readily available. Like, you can just copy and paste it. Python requests, go to VS Code, and now I'll just create a new file that is called as transcribe dot py, and once that is there, I'll just paste it here, and let's just clear this out, and let's give it a run. So once we give it a run, we all know that the whole file, or the whole this thing, will be getting converted to yeah, it gets converted to the text. Okay, gets converted to the text. That's about the transcribe one, and the last part is pretty amazing. That's the image generation. So whatever you ask for, it gives you an image. So let's just copy the curl request. We also have the Python code here, which is there, but currently, what we can do is we can just go ahead and we can curl the request, copy it, and I already have the image generation part here. So again, you can have you can store the bearer token here in the folder itself. I have already done that, and now just sharing, or just using this using this request here to, okay. So here, instead of the prompt, for the prompt, what I'll do, uh, what I'll add is I'm adding sunrise in Japan or something like that, and let's just give it a try. Let's just hit the endpoint. This is for, mind you, this is for image generations, so it won't give you an image. It's so basically it won't give you a photograph. It will generate an image. So this is not giving you photographs. It will generate an image for you specially. Okay, so this is like, this image has been generated for you. That's a sunrise, and that's in Japan. Okay, so I'll just show it to you guys. So this is the output which we have got here. This is an image generated uh, by the API itself. So that was the API endpoint, and now what we can do is we can get the code here. So that's the code for the image generation part, and then just go to VS Code, and the last part is we can have here is the in the folder itself, image underscore gen dot py. So that will be giving you the image generation part, and just saving the image here, or just, sorry, not saving the image, just giving it a hit, just hitting the endpoint here. What do I get is I again get the endpoint, or the URL. Basically that would be the URL. So if I want, I can just open it, and hope so that will be the same image which we had in the previous this thing, or it will generate a new image each and every time. So for the image section also, like so yeah, that's a different image altogether. Okay, pretty amazing, right? So we have, for the image section, we have too many endpoints. If you can see here in the image generation, and in the image part, we have fine tunings, we have variations in the output, and we have yeah, if I can show it to you guys here in the image. So we have create image edit, so we can edit the images, that is with a mask, and then we have creating image variations, embeddings, for creating image embeddings. We have audio as well, that is related to speech tag, which we've already seen right now. For translation and transcribing, we have files, fine tuning of files, that consider uploading a file, and like knowing or retrieving a file, and also knowing what is the file type, what file contains. Okay, retrieving, fine tuning files, and what the exact file contains, what are the content, or what is the content of the file, right? So that's about the API section. That's about the API in the of ChatGPT and OpenAI. So thank you guys, and please support my channel. Please like and subscribe if you like. I know I have it's been long. I had been like under the weather, and I couldn't upload some videos. But right now I'm like I would be doing it more frequently. So thanks to you guys and thanks for the views. So thank you so much for supporting my channel and happy learning.